coming to Raw. He's your future. He's my future. He's our future. The one, the only, managed by former WCW champion Vince Russo, Fear Mahan.
Doctor? Oh, doctor.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
Bro, you know what I'm just thinking?
What's that?
Bro, can you imagine the rib being on us and Veer Mahan wins the Royal Rumble, bro?
That would be the funniest thing in the whole wide world.
Can you imagine, bro? It's been a rib on us the whole time, and he's the last man standing, bro.
Absolutely, yeah. The V and V connection. People are already talking about it, man.
Yes,
V and V connection.
Yes, double V, baby.
Absolutely. Cool, man. Vince, how are you, my man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, man. Rough day today. Right now, I am watching consecutively the national championship game. Everybody knows that I am a college football mark. I've even got Vince Russo into college football, and he is a official Ohio State Buckeyes fan.
Yes.
That makes me very, very happy. And so, yeah, I love college football. I mean, I love college football way more than Raw. Huge college football fan. And so as I was watching Raw, I was simultaneously watching the college football national championship. Although I don't like the SEC, I'm a Big Ten fan. 2 SEC teams in the national championship game. Georgia hasn't. Alabama just scored. So there you go.
Yes.
10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That bites. I don't like Alabama. Georgia hasn't won a national championship in since 1980. So 42 years.
Wow,
so,
long time.
Yeah. So just because for that reason, I'm like, okay, Georgia, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go Dogs. Let's do this. So we shall see. But unfortunately, we've got another episode of Raw that we have to talk about. So yeah, we shall be talking about that. All right, let's go into the first of the night. Is it? Okay, I don't know. Sorry, guy. I don't know exactly why it's popped. I'm sorry. I just
Doctor, now you got no audio. Got no audio, doctor. The doctor's got no audio.
check 1 2. Check 1 2.
You're good now.
Okay.
You may have lost. Still? You may have lost the popping too, bro.
Did I do it?
I think so.
Did I do
whatever
it?
Whatever
did
you
I
did
do it?
Yes.
Did I do it?
Yes. So whatever you did, whatever you did, remember that, bro, because you killed the popping. I told you we were getting popping. You didn't believe me, bro. I told you. I told you we were getting popping.
That was for Veer Mahan, ladies and gentlemen. That was for you there.
The popping, Chris, the popping's back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's back. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know.
You lost it for a second. You were clean, and then it's back.
It says no. It says sounds good now. Everybody keeps saying sounds good now.
Are you sure? Because I'm hearing popping again.
You keep saying sounds good. I don't know. People are saying, yeah, no popping sounds good now.
All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's go.
I can hear the ASMR pop. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I can hear it. Oh, back. It's back.
It's back. You keep doubting me, bro. I told you it was back. They're on a delay, bro. So they're saying it's good 5 minutes after I said it was good, bro.
Come on, man. I don't know. It says just a little popping. That's what Louis says. Poppy, just a little popping. I'm sorry, guys. I can't hear myself. I tested it. I did tests like for the past 2 hours, and for some odd reason, I cannot hear it. I cannot hear popping at all on my side. I did all types of testings for the past 2 hours. Now it's saying out. Now it's
You're
saying
not
out.
out. You're not out. You're popping, but you're not out. Well, you were out, but they're on a delay, bro. You're okay now, but you're popping.
Okay. He mentioned Veer McMahon and the pop came back. Okay.
Bro, was there a Austin Theory McMahon on tonight, or did I miss it? Was there one on?
There was no Vince McMahon. No.
Oh,
Vince
okay.
McMahon was
All
not
right.
there.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But I thought I might have missed it.
No. Okay. So how about this? Is this any better?
This sounds okay right now. It sounds okay.
It sounds okay.
Listen to me, bro, because I'm getting you in real time. They're on a delay.
Time.
You sound okay in real time right now.
Right now, it sound okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Well, let's go then. Let's go start with the Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman promo interrupted by Brock Lesnar and MVP. So here's the thing, Vince. Okay, now, yep, I keep saying yep is good now, and from you. Okay, well, let's keep it that way. Good stuff. That's good stuff, pal. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what confused me about this promo in the very beginning. Okay. Here's the thing. So Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman is really is heelish. It's as heelish as you can get. I mean, Paul Heyman as a babyface makes no sense. All right. He is there to make Brock Lesnar even more heel, especially he does a really good job cutting heat promos. And so you had a perfect opportunity to make Bobby Lashley a babyface in this whole ordeal. And so what do you do with this, Vince? Instead, you have you have Bobby Lashley disown the Hurt Business. For some reason, they just pop up like cockroaches. You know what I mean? Just every now and then. They pop up like what is it? The every 17 years. We just had them last year. They come out every 17 years.
Hemorrhoids?
No, hemorrhoids. They're flies. You know what they are. We just
fireflies. Bray Wyatt. Fireflies. Firefly Funhouse.
No, chat. What are they? What are they called? No,
lightning bugs. Lightning bugs.
Not locusts. Cicadas. Thank you.
Cicadas.
Yes.
Cicadas.
Cicadas. So
cicada
potato. So they're like cicadas. They just pop up every now and then, and they out of nowhere. So the cicadas, they're not the Hurt Business anymore. They're the flying cicadas. Okay, they came out once again for some odd reason. Pop up backstage. Lashley does not want anything to do with them. All right, comes out. He cuts a heel promo.
But hold on, Chris. Hold on for a second. Let's back up. You said for some odd reason, bro, there were two reasons for this, and I'll tell you exactly what they were. Okay. Bro, you're talking to me, you're watching the game. Bro, we both got the game. Every time we turn, we know. Mine's here, yours is over here. Bro, it happened for two reasons. Let's be honest. Yeah. Two reasons. Here was the first reason. The first reason on this show was so Lesnar could bury Lashley verbally, and Lashley doesn't do anything because here came the Hurt Business, and then he wound up laying them out. So Lesnar was able to cut that promo on Lashley, belittle him, embarrass him with no return by Lashley. That's number one. Okay. Yeah. Number two, bro, you know darn well Lashley's going to be in a handicap match against the Hurt Business next week.
Yes.
So
to build heat.
Those are the two reasons why they did it, which absolutely stink and are ridiculous, because you should have never had Lesnar dress down Lashley the way he did. Bro, they should have brawled. The locker room should have emptied to separate them. And, bro, that should have been going on all night. But they include the Hurt Business, the only reason, bro, to give them a match next week. That's the only reason. So this could have been a great moment, bro. The entire show, they could have been looking for each other backstage. It goes out in the parking lot. But no, bro, because we need a squash match next week, so we're going to do it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. And as if the Hurt Business is over. Like, how is this adding to Lashley? By the way, Georgia just scored. Go Dogs. And I'm not a big Georgia fan, but I really don't have anything against Georgia. I just want the underdogs to win. Someone who hasn't won a national championship in 42
Bro, I got
years.
a lot against Georgia. 3 letters, WCW. So I'm always rooting against Georgia. Bro. Yes. Yes.
I got nothing. They're not. University of Georgia is not based in Atlanta though, so That's true. So anything for the underdog. So right now they're going for 2, and we'll see what happens. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only are you getting live coverage, they didn't get the 2-point conversion.
And Chris, can I point something else out too about this Open?
Yes, please.
Bro, everybody knows over on russosbrand.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm breaking down the Attitude Era, the shows I wrote hour by hour. There's one thing I have to point out because, bro, I'm watching these shows the same day I'm watching Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the team is Vince, Lawler, and JR. Bro, Vince McMahon comes out of the gate on fire. On fire, bro. This is a happening. The excitement. You need to be here on fire. Bro, you got these announcers opening up this show with zero energy, bro. No energy, nothing, bro. Zero. Go listen to Vince in 1997 and listen to these announcers today. But, bro, here's the strange part. Vince is producing them.
Yeah.
So, Vince, did you forget what you did? Because this is night and day, bro. And I'll tell you what, Doctor, if the announcers aren't excited, I sure as heck am not excited.
100%. It's so funny. I've said this many times on different shows. Jim Ross is not in the WWE Hall of Fame because he was a good recruiter of talent. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame because he is arguably the best announcer in the history of professional wrestling. He knew how to build a person and build a match. Yep. If it wasn't for someone like a JR, I'm not being enthused. There's one thing, like just imagine watching a boxing or an MMA fight or a baseball game without Howard Cosell, right? And so it's one of those things that if I'm just watching the baseball game on mute, it's a whole different ball game than if I'm watching it with really good riveting announcing that's getting me bases loaded. It's 3-4 at bat. It's 3-2. It's bases loaded and 2 outs, right? And there's one thing just to see that, and there's another thing to have the commentary that gives me anticipating for the pitch, right?
Bro, John Madden passed away. John Madden. You think John Madden is a ho-hum announcer?
Right.
The guy is a legend and will be remembered forever.
He's John Madden. Boom.
Bro, these guys, there's no energy, bro. Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. You have to tell the story when it comes to professional wrestling. You have to basically the announcers are like the the seamsters and the seamstress, right? They're in charge of weaving it all together. They got all the pieces and they're just weaving it all together, and it's making a very, very good, portrait. It's making a really, really good, blanket, quilt, whatever you want to do it. And that's their job. You know what I mean? And if you're just saying, hey, we're here on Raw in Philadelphia, and you're not building up the stars, I'm not involved. I'm not enthused. But here's the thing. Here's my question to you, Vince. How much of Brock Lesnar absolutely roasting Bobby Lashley was scripted versus a Heyman thing for Brock, and how much of this was actually like, yes, Bobby Lashley, you have to sit through you getting roasted and not saying anything.
Bro, this is where you gotta stand up for yourself, because from a political point of view, bro, Paul Heyman will run circles around Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley won't even know what hit him. Bro, I had to laugh. I had to laugh, Chris, because I remember we discussed it on this show. Bro, the great Dave Meltzer is now reporting 4 years after the fact. 4 years, bro. 4 years. That the reason why they changed plans back in 2017 was because Lesnar didn't want to work with Jinder. Bro, remember we saw that promo when they buried Jinder, and we said right there, bro, that's the politicking. And bro, listen, I had the pleasure of working with Lashley. He's a heck of a nice guy. He's not one of these guys. Nice guy. You know, bro. And they're gonna work circles around him. But that's where you got to stand up and say, you know what, bro? If Brock said that to me, this is what I would do. Because that's the question I would ask as a writer. Okay, Bobby, if Lesnar says this to you, what would you do? And then he'd tell me, and I'm like, okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Yep. I agree 100%. I was having a conversation with some people about this, and I think at this point, Vince, Lesnar's a clock in, clock out, just do your job type of guy. All right. Now, he already at WrestleMania 30, he was booked to end the streak. He's like, okay, I'll clock in, clock out. Is this what I got to do? Okay. But I think at this point, let me know your thoughts on this, by the way. At this point, where does Brock Lesnar draw the line and say, yeah, we've got to be putting a lot of these other people over?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
He does. Bro, Brock Lesnar is in business for Brock Lesnar. And, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what the wrestling business is. The wrestling business was built on every man for themselves. That's how the business is built, and Vince McMahon keeps it that way. So,
here's my thing with that, though. So with the every man for himself, there are people who end up being in a legendary status who has their eye on a person or two. Right? Harley Race, Ric Flair, Sting. You know what I mean? So it passes on, from kind of wrestling generation to wrestling generation. I think Lesnar's at that point. I mean, even Taker, like passing the torch in a sense to different people. I think Lesnar needs to pass the torch in some way at this point by allowing, and there's the question.
Lashley's actually older than Lesnar.
He is, yeah.
So who's he passing the torch to?
I think
Seth Rollins.
No, not Seth Rollins. I think he needs. There is no solid babyface, and all like Drew's out for injury. Who's the babyface in line? So Rollins goes over to SmackDown. That this is how devoid we are of babyface talent. Rollins goes over to SmackDown as a heel to go against the biggest heel, in all of WWE right now, Roman Reigns. And then comes, instead of just allowing that to be a thing on SmackDown, he comes back to Raw for no reason, it does nothing to build his title match. And he buries a baby face that you tried to build 4 months ago. What was the reason of bringing Rollins
again? Again, bro, there is a reason for this. Again,
Like
bro,
you said before.
we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big E is in the doghouse. So now we're going to beat Big E.
Yeah.
So now, bro, let's send Rollins over to SmackDown. Let Rollins do the job to Roman Reigns. So we got a marquee match on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then, bro, we'll put Rollins back over on Big E, who's in the doghouse. So now Rollins is back to even Steven. That's why, bro, that's why these things happen. That's why.
And that's the reason why you will never build up larger than life stars anymore. That's precisely why. Post Cena, other than Roman Reigns, you tell me, Vince, post Cena, other than Roman Reigns, and when I say post Cena, I'm talking about at least the past 10 years, since 2012, 13 maybe. Who really has been kind of pinned to be the next larger than life star?
Bro, I got to be honest with you. Ed Ferrara and I left in September of 1999, 23 years ago. Bro, arguably, since 1999, over the past 23 years, in my opinion, 3 guys they made since we left 23 years ago. I'll tell you who they were. Well, I'll give them 4. John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, and Kurt Angle.
And Brock. Yeah.
Bro, you're talking 5 guys in almost 25. It should be 5 guys a year.
Yes.
A year, bro, not 5 guys in almost 25 years.
Yeah.
That's scary, bro.
Yeah.
That is scary, bro.
And and to your point, though, to even further your point, Angle was pre-2005. Cena was pre-2005. Batista was pre-2005. Orton was pre-2005. Lesnar was pre-2005. That 2002 class that came out, which had Batista, Cena, Lesnar, and Orton. Those were the 4 that came out of the 2002 class. 2002 is probably the best class as one to come out, to build stars. But post that 2002 class, Vince, who? Nobody other than Reigns. Nobody. I mean, Rollins is up there, but Rollins still doesn't have that larger than life, bigger than the business feel. I mean, he's as good. I mean, he in the WWE bubble, sure, main event talent, but movie star, featured on different shows and nighttime shows, like imagine, whoever. I used to be a huge David Letterman fan. I used to watch that show.
Bro, I swear to God, before you even said it, I'm thinking of Rollins on David Letterman.
Yeah,
I swear to God, like, come on, bro.
I was thinking in my head, David Letterman, WWE stars Seth Rollins.
With no socks. Think he'd wear socks on Letterman?
I don't think he wears socks.
I don't think he'd wear socks.
It's Alpha Academy wins the tag team championship, Vince.
Bro,
let's do it. It's about that time. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. But guess what? Joey is back.
Time out, Joey! Time out, Joey!
Bro, I have to ask this question. Who is wearing more makeup tonight, Paul Heyman or Rhea Ripley? Bro, Heyman had so much makeup caked on his. Bro, can I tell you something? Do you know when I never one single time sat in a makeup chair when I was with TNA. When I never, you're not giving me makeup. I'm not getting freaking makeup. He had so much makeup caked on his face, bro. I was like, what are we doing here? But let's get on.
He dyes his hair every week, doesn't he?
Does he? I don't know. Does he?
Heyman does. Yeah. He's
He's got gray hair.
He's straight up gray, man. Like,
oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You can tell.
Wow.
Like you can tell with the ends, Remember,
Yeah.
we talked about hair last time, right? We talked
Yeah.
about extensions. All right.
Yeah,
So
You told me a lot about that.
here's another hair tutorial. Okay.
Go ahead.
So look at the ends. So you can tell by the roots and the ends if someone is either dyeing their hair or, not a natural blonde. I mean, you look at the roots. If it's dark roots, you're not a natural blonde. You dyed it. For guys who are dyeing their hair black, you can tell within the roots, if you look at Heyman's the bottom of his hair, you can tell that there's gray right there at the ends. And so he's just probably just getting some gray, dye and just kind of doing this quick dye job,
I'm all gray, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
I don't have a problem
appreciate
with
it. Embrace it, man. Absolutely.
Bro, when you're talking about, I was thinking about this too, bro. You're talking about Otis and
Chad Gable.
Gable. Okay, so here's the logic here. I'm going to give you the logic every time. The RK Bro does not need to tag titles. Okay, bro, fine. They don't need to tag titles. They're over. They're baby faces. They're popular. They're selling merch. The kids love the act, the whole 9 yards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you're going to sit there and tell me Chad Gable and Otis have heat? Like,
no.
There isn't even a tag team with heat to put the belts on, bro. There's
Correct.
No tag team. We don't care about Gable and Otis. They got no heat.
They just lost one-on-one, singles matches the other week. Sure, there were back and forth in singles matches, but they're not built strong enough to make them relevant. Like, here's the thing, Vince. Winning titles on Raw means absolutely nothing because Raw is so bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't create excitement to say, oh wow, like this really was a big thing on Raw. No, it wasn't, because Raw is booked so poorly that, okay, let me see. I'm watching the national championship game because I'm so used to Raw being so bad that I'm usually doing something else.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I heard that the tag team titles were changed today. So I when I saw this, I said, as soon as they did the whole Orton RKO gets pushed, gets pushed into the front slam, I said, oh, they're gonna win it. And then the crowd, like, they didn't even boo them really. It was just kind of like, oh, like it just. And I tell you about the pendulum effect. Like the bigger the heat is for the heel, the more it means when they win the title. Like, you should hate that Otis and Gable won the titles.
Yep.
A non-reaction is the worst you could get.
Yep.
the worst you could get is a non-reaction. And Alpha Academy, they're not built enough as heels to get a reaction. But I'll tell you what is going to happen, Vince. They did this for RK Bro to chase and to win again at WrestleMania.
That's what I was thinking the same thing. But who cares? Nobody cares, bro. There isn't a single person that cares, man.
They're not built strong enough. So speaking of 50-50 tag teams going awry, Dirty Dogs and Apollo Crews. Wow. 3 people who have abysmal win-loss ratings on Raw. They beat the United States champion and the number 1 contenders as of a few weeks ago of the tag team championship, as if this is going to mean anything. And the only thing this was for the sake of hyping the Royal Rumble. You do that at the expense of Damian Priest and Street Profits. You got nothing?
I got nothing, bro. I'm watching this, and I'm trying to figure out who's in the ring, bro. The only reason I knew was Apollo Crews because it said Crews on his pants. So that tells you how much invested in this.
Yeah. Georgia just scored
again, bro. Think about this. Think about all these nonsensical. This is a nonsensical, meaningless match. Yeah. Again, bro, if Lesnar and Lashley are the story and they're trying to separate them throughout this entire show, do you know how much more interesting that is than this? Chris, here's a perfect example. I'm watching an Attitude Era show today. right? This is how we made a story. Okay. This is when Kane first arrived on the scene. So the Undertaker's got a promo. Undertaker cuts a promo. I will never fight my brother. I will never fight my brother. That was the story, right? Immediately after that, bro, we got a match between Dude Love and the British Bulldog. So we have Dude Love's music and entrance, lights out. Here comes Kane, because Kane just saw the promo, and Kane and Paul Bearer are trying to force Taker to wrestle Kane. So they just saw the promo. Here comes Kane, bro, lays out Dude Love.
Yeah.
We get to the end of the story, bro. Guess what the end of the story is?
What's that?
Mankind in the boiler room now wanting Kane. Do you see how we made a story out of that, bro? That was a 3-scene story.
Yep.
You got the national championship, bro, and you've got Brock and Lashley in the first segment. Then they go home so we could see Drew Doudrop in the main event.
Yes.
Does that make sense to anybody, bro?
You could tell they phoned it in, Vince. Like
they should be ashamed of themselves, bro.
It shows, Vince, that they phoned it in. I mean, it's clear as day that they're like, we're competing with the college football national championship. We are going to phone this in, and we're legit going to make Doudrop, someone who lost consecutive times against Bianca Belair. We're going to make her the number one contender for the Royal Rumble. It just seems like it just seems like a lot of filler going on in the Royal Rumble this year.
Oh yeah, and they're all cutting the Royal Rumble promos now. Everybody's gonna win. They're like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah. Seth Rollins defeating Big E. We talked about that. Again, I mean, the only saving grace I can see from this is, like I said before, maybe they're trying like desperately, and they're having Big E lose. So, in Vince McMahon's eyes, that makes him more of an underdog. He's going to come from behind. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's the only saving grace I see in this. Big E needs to be, they don't need to give up on him to be the top babyface. And I think you give up on him by having, again, Seth Rollins come to Raw for no reason and just beat Big E. And unfortunately, Vince, if it's not for the sake of making him feel more underneath, which is really odd logic, you don't have to pin him. You can just have him. I mean, you know how it was.
That's
you don't have
the difference, Chris, because they're pinning him.
Correct.
He's not going to go over in the Royal Rumble. That's exact. There's ways to put sympathy on this guy without laying him flat on his back 2 weeks in a row.
100%. Right. You don't have to pin him to make him come from behind.
No.
Austin did it all the time, coming from behind. Week after week after week, Vince would just throw another thing, another attack, another thing. He would get attacked this week, and next week he's coming out in a Zamboni. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how you come from behind. And with Big E, for some reason, some odd reason, they say, okay, we're going to have him lose consecutive matches. Oh, it's hurting his stock. It's hurting his character. It's not making his Royal Rumble win that much exciting, because his character's been dealt with. It's been spoiled for consecutive weeks.
Chris, he lost the title at the last pay-per-view because they threw Brock in at the last minute, and Big E was pinned, right?
Yeah, he was pinned.
Yes. Okay. So bro, we've now had 2 weeks of television with zero comeuppance. That's not a baby face. You can't let a baby face lie down for 2 weeks with no comeuppance, bro. 100%. A baby face has to have comeuppance.
Yes, that is.
You got a window. You got a window to give him his comeuppance. You don't give him comeuppance, he's dead in the water, bro.
Especially with modern fans who are ready to throw you away like yesterday's news.
Yes.
Like yesterday's paper, you would be thrown away. Like nowadays, like Big E, like just months ago in September, he got "You Deserve It" chants. It was like the crowd was going bananas when he won. Week after week, "You Deserve It," and then the next week, after cutting a promo, he loses twice on Raw on tag matches. I'm like, oh my goodness, he can't even last a week as champion. First of all, he wins the title on a Raw, which doesn't mean much nowadays. And then you couldn't give the man a week without losing a match.
Yep.
How in the world are you building the next babyface by having him lose? I don't care if it was a tag match. That doesn't. You wouldn't throw Hogan in a tag match the week after and have him lose a match. Come on, I don't care if it was a tag match.
Yep.
You cannot build a star, a babyface star, by having him lose a match a week after he wins his first title reign. And it was just really, it was really downhill from there. It really was. And over the past 4 months, WWE has done such a lousy job building up a face that you literally had to have Brock Lesnar as a face come to Raw to get that babyface rub when you should be investing in someone else. Yeah. And having Seth Rollins beat Big E is terrible. I hope that he wins. I hope that he wins the Royal Rumble. But I can see what you're saying, Vince, as far as Big E saying something, speaking up, and then them being petty and having him, basically eat his words, essentially.
Yep, that's it, bro. They're showing him who's boss.
Picked by Georgia. Game's over. Go Dogs. They win.
It's over.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Pick 6. Wow.
So they win the World Series and the national championship.
Yeah. Georgia all the way, man.
Yeah.
A good year. A good 2021 is a good year for Georgia. Yeah. I'm cool with it. I know that you have some things against Atlanta, but a couple things, here's the thing. Next, we have a heel turn from Nikki ASH. Again, Vince. Michaels and Jannetty. Hogan joins the NWO. It was me, Austin. Nikki ASH. One of these things are not like the others.
This is just how so out of tune they are. Bro, I cannot believe that they did this live in ring in Philly.
Yeah.
How as hard as that Philly crowd, bro, they started chanting this. It's boring. If you heard them, how do you do this in
and you
Philly?
Know this stuff? You know that Chicago, New York, and Philly are the most raucous markets in all of professional wrestling, and Boston too. Those are the big 4: Chicago, New York, Philly, Boston. Those are the 4 smarkiest, rowdy crowds that will tell you that you're making a bunch of crap. All right. Philly's the same crowd in Pennsylvania, period. I think it was in Philly, I think was the Royal Rumble that Roman Reigns won. Rock comes in, tries to help out Roman Reigns. Philly still boos him.
They weren't buying it.
Raises Roman Reigns' hand up. They still boo him. They boo The Rock, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. So they're booing The Rock. Rock is well loved everywhere he goes, but for some reason they said, we're nowhere in Philly. Yeah, we're gonna book this segment here, segment 8. Go ahead, Nikki ASH turn. What turn? Like, how important is the turn if it's people don't care about it?
And bro, and the funny thing is, there everyone can see from a million miles away, the roles are reversed.
Yes.
The little one is the heel, and the giant is the baby face. Like it's so totally backwards. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, bro, there's no way Nikki Cross is gonna get heat on somebody the side. There's just no way. This is Davey and Goliath, bro. Yes. Goliath was not the baby face.
Goliath was not the baby face. No, he was the 9'9".
Yes,
Philistine giant, ladies and gentlemen.
It's unbelievable, bro. How backwards this is. Like they're gonna boo Nikki Ash like they care.
And then people didn't care clearly from the segment. And then she goes and she does her thing and she says, almost superheroes don't need any friends or something like that, she said on the aisleway. And I'm like, man, like Vince, who is delusional that they really thought that was going to work? Who you tell me, Vince, you've been there. Who, right now it's a set of writers, okay? Who was back there and said, okay, yes, this is going to work perfect?
No, I don't think they care. I don't think they care either way. This is going to fill time. That's what this is going to do. The objective is to fill time. They can't possibly think anybody's going to care about this. This is just a segment to fill time. That's it.
Yeah. Yikes. Omos defeats an enhancement talent. They put him over. Joey's coming back. Very nice. Very, very nice, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Joey twice.
Time out, Joey! Time out, Joey!
Bro, you're not just gonna skip right over that 24/7, are you?
I probably skipped it. I probably
missed it.
There was, like I said, there was a bunch of segments I didn't even watch.
I swear to God, let me tell you, my only reaction to this was, okay, so bro, they used the Philly cheesesteak joke 18 times on the show. Okay, bro, not just once. They had to use it about 5 times. Bro, the only thing I take away from this segment is, bro, they wasted their cheesesteaks by throwing them at each other. And I was like, bro, why would you waste an authentic Philly cheesesteak? That was the only thing I took away from this, bro.
I didn't even see that. Yeah.
Oh, God, bro. Awful. God awful. God awful, bro. But almost we're back to jobber matches. We got squash matches now.
Yeah. And he's supposed to be going against Reggie next week. So that's going to be exciting. Omos versus Reggie. Yeah.
Can't wait. Yep.
Why don't you just make Omos the 24/7 champion? At WrestleMania, you build something for Omos to be champion, and at WrestleMania, somebody's going to dethrone him. You know who's going to dethrone Omos to become the new 24/7 champion?
Who? No, bro, don't do that to Via. I please, I don't even want them to do that to Via. Please, bro, do not do that to Veer Mahan, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, they're gonna stick it to everybody. Mahan's gonna go over, and it's gonna be the first. That's what they're saving him for. It's gonna be the first time we see him.
But we made an agreement, Vince, last week that if they don't show a vignette from Veer Mahan this week, it's over.
Yeah. No. I think they want, because, bro, I just read during the week they announced new Saudi deals. So I think now they want us to forget about Veer, and he's going to make the big return at the Royal Rumble. Now they got somebody for Saudi. Yeah, I think that's what's going on here, bro.
So he's going to be the new Saudi star.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think Mansoor's pretty much got that on lock, though.
Oh, God.
They have, Mansoor's undefeated in Saudi. He beat Cesaro. He beat Ali. Yeah, man. They every time they go to Saudi, like he even won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So the Cutting Edge, Beth Phoenix.
God, bro, the same promo every single week, bro.
The same
Every
thing.
week.
Same
And it's like,
thing.
okay, Maurice leaves. Oh, who cares? No, we don't care. Who cares, bro? Bro, the heel's wife is leaving. The heel's wife is leaving, and we're supposed to care. It's supposed to be the other way around. The
Like, oh
baby
no,
face.
no, Maurice, don't go. Don't go,
Yeah.
Maurice. No.
Yeah. Oh, bro, just terrible. This show had to be written at 4 p.m.
Probably 7.
Yeah.
Probably an hour before. AJ Styles defeating Austin Theory by DQ. Why? Because Grayson Waller comes out. Vince McMahon seeming. I don't know if he has a thing for Grayson Waller as far as I don't even know what Vince. I mean, he's got charisma. He's for those who do follow NXT, and unfortunately, I don't really, but I do still keep up with their IG and stuff like that, and their YouTube at times. I did watch New Year's Evil though, and so Grayson Waller, he's got charisma, but again, I say, Vince, you've got less than 600,000 people watching NXT. You've got 1 million more people watching Raw. Okay. You have a 1 million viewer gap there. Why aren't you catering to the 1 million viewer gap instead of assuming that the 600,000 people who watch NXT somehow fills the 1 more million people who watches Raw?
And Chris, I will add to that by saying you always hear the saying, you only have a first impression.
Yep.
Bro, think about when some of these greats came out for the first time. Think of the first time you saw Savage. Think of the first time you saw Warrior. Think of the first time you saw these people.
Yeah.
This is the second time I've seen Grayson Waller. And you know what I'm seeing, bro? I'm seeing Joe Vanella. This is Joe Vanella, bro. He's Grayson Waller. Okay. And who is Grayson Waller besides just another wrestler? Like, who is he, bro? You got one first impression, bro. I've seen this guy 2 weeks in a row now. And who is he, bro? Who is he?
I agree. It's just, we don't know. 1 million people do not know who Grayson Waller is. And that's what makes the people come out and say, who is this guy? Should I cheer him? Should I boo him? Why do I care? It's quite clear from the reaction that people just don't care.
They don't care.
The majority, I mean, again, you've got 1 million people who don't watch NXT. And that's the reason why people like Karrion Kross was not successful. People like Bearcat Lee was not successful because there's such a big gap of people who watches NXT compared to Raw.
Yep.
And you're not giving us a reason to like or dislike you. So we're just going to be apathetic. That's what happened to Karrion Kross. It's just he comes out to some Lord Humongous gear out, and he just beats Jeff Hardy, who had a terrible record at that time. He's not really making a big impression, so people are just like, So it's unfortunate. I think they really need to do a much better job with building their NXT people if they want them to get that notoriety on the main roster. We get at the end, we get Doudrop. We get Doudrop beating Bianca Belair.
Well, we got to back up, though. There's a couple of things before we get to that.
Okay. Yep.
Bro, this was absolutely insane. Bro, I swear to God. Again, I'm starting to believe everything is a rib. Bro, I've formatted over 1,000 shows without a shadow of a doubt. Okay.
Yep.
Chris, we do Becky's intro. Becky is standing in the ring. From Becky in the ring, bro, we go to this Alexa Bliss vignette. after the Alexa Bliss vignette, bro, we go to another long package. Becky is standing in the ring the entire time.
If you're waiting for a delayed package, you can check
Alexa, I said Alexa.
Alexa.
Quiet. Bro, she's standing in the ring for like 5 minutes. They don't even know how to format a show.
Terrible.
How does that happen?
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, how it happens is people who are just phoning it in. Again, it just seems like they were phoning it in today. So,
and then, bro, let's get back to the babyface and the heel thing.
Yeah.
What is Becky Lynch?
A heel.
But she's got 2 goats on her ring jacket.
Yeah.
She's got 2 goats that the little girls and the little kids are gonna pop over. And this is a heel, bro. This is a heel with 2 little cuddly coats on her ring jacket. That's a heel. Okay. Wow. Bro, I can't believe Vince sees that. He's right there, bro. I can't believe he's letting that go.
Yeah. I think he's seeing all the money that's coming in despite the bad Raw. And he's like, I don't care. You know, it just seems like he's phoned it in, man.
Wow,
it just seems like he's there yet. It seems like that. So now Vince, Doudrop versus
Becky Lynch.
You got Becky, who's doing her best to try to be a heel. She's doing the cheap heat. She's talking about the cities. You have Doudrop, who's a heel who turned on Bianca Belair because she earned her spots. Somehow that made Doudrop mad because Bianca Belair was in the big crowd of other people trying to get a title match like she was backstage. What a terrible way to turn heel, first of all. Second of all, you lost consecutive weeks to Bianca Belair, and your win-loss record hasn't been very strong. For some reason, that earns you a spot to become the number 1 contender. And then somehow we're supposed to try to put the pieces of the puzzle of out of all 3 of them, Becky Lynch chooses Bianca Belair to attack. Now, when I saw that, I said, okay, I would be totally fine with Belair versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Belair gets the rub. I'll be totally fine with that. But at the same time, comeuppance is the word of the day. How are we building Bianca Belair by having her randomly get attacked on a triple threat match? Why is she even in the match then?
And bro, we are right back to the main match being Doudrop and Becky Lynch with the baby face and the heels totally flip-flopped.
Yeah. And nobody
flip-flopped.
And nobody, if you're trying, and here's the thing, Vince, if you're trying to make Becky Lynch a heel, you should to put over Bianca.
Right.
If that's
then
your
they should have kept Doudrop a baby face.
100%.
Right.
100%.
It's ridiculous. She was doing the dance. Okay, bro, that tells you there is zero planning, because if you knew Doudrop was going to go with Becky Lynch, it would have been best for business to keep Doudrop a baby face. So you could have Becky Lynch and then, Bianca Belair. But the fact that Doudrop is a heel, that's going to take the shine off of, bro. Again, it's just showing you, bro, there's no planning. There is
essentially you're hurting Bianca Belair. If she's the person at the end who you're putting over, you're hurting her by having people don't care about Doudrop. She's not a babyface. So then just by default, people are going to cheer Becky Lynch beating Doudrop. So she's going to come from behind. It's that David and Goliath feel. It's that underdog feel. So clearly people are going to cheer Becky Lynch, which hurts Bianca Belair because she's going to have some momentum by beating a Goliath type figure.
And they just built Liv as a baby face, and they have Liv and Bianca Belair trading punches last week.
Fighting, yeah. It's back to my point, Vince. WWE has very little interest in building stars nowadays. It's the old Ryback effect, man. Like he said, he said the Triple H told him post John Cena. WWE has no desire to make people larger than life.
And that's great. And how's that working out for you?
Ratings are going down the tank.
How's that working out for you, man?
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of ratings not going down the tank, Russo's brand. Let them know about the brand.
Yeah, guys, please check out russosbrand.com, bro. I got about 15 pros in there. You know them all from the wrestling business, bro. Stevie Richards, Al Snow, Stevie Ray, so many beautiful people. ODB, there's a million people on there. We all have shows on there. One low price. Check it out, russosbrand.com.
Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday, American time, Friday morning, Indian time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, Vince Russo, myself, Hall of Famer DDP, The Bro Show. Also check our things out. Our writing with Russo's, those are always fun. We also always have a really, really cool topic we talk about every single week. And ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Saturday, January. What day is what day is Saturday? 28th. January 28th is a Saturday, right? That's when the Royal Rumble is. Or is it 27th?
The 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, the 29th?
29th.
29th, I think it is, yeah.
8th was Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the 29th, all right? So Saturday, January 29th, St. Louis, Missouri, the WWE Royal Rumble. Get ready. Veer Mahan, managed by former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Vincent Kennedy Russo.
No, he's got to prove himself to me by going over first. If he goes over in the Rumble, then we'll talk.
There you go.
He's got to get that victory first, bro.
That's called a red herring, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming out with them with the Royal Rumble. So yes. Until then, enjoy Vince Russo on Sportskeeda Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night. And you want to do a bouncy? You want to do a bouncy to go? Okay. All right. Let's do a bouncy to go, man. Raw was pretty bad.
Look at the guns. Look at his guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're starting this way first. All right. Ready?
Yeah, this way. This way. This way. Nice.
That way.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night, everybody. Bounties rule.
Peace.